Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport and Tourism in this case here. This is the centre of Padova, my town, where I live. And right in front of us you can see the clock tower of the Palazzo del Capitano. We're in Piazza dei Signori. And that was the residence of the Venetian captain who governed Padova after 1409 when Padova was annexed to the Venetian Republic. Over there on the left, there's the Sala della Gran Guardia, which was the Venetian court. And this was a very nice square. Now there's lots of cafes and bars on it. When I was a kid, so every morning there's market here. There's a market here, generally clothes market. Behind me, and we'll see in the following video, the other two squares. But let's see, I might take you there as well now. It's not guaranteed. Anyway, here they have markets every day. And the market in these three squares, Piazza dei Signori, Piazza della Frutta and Piazza delle Erbe, there's always been market every day since Roman times. So here we're right in the centre of Padova, the most ancient part. These are very nice houses. I've actually been in some of these, visiting people when I was many years ago. I actually even did a plumbing job in one of them. I changed something, somebody's cistern, I don't remember. And very nice houses, very nice view. And this is a very interesting place. The clock tower is very similar in design. It's not only a clock, it's also an astronomical clock with the signs of the zodiac. And you can see that on the clock tower, maybe you can't see it now, it's against the light, but not in a very favourable position. There's a Venetian lion, and there's another Venetian lion even there. You can see the symbols of the Venetian Republic. Right, that's Piazza dei Signori. Lots of people going past. It's time. It's aperitif time right now, and I'm going to walk back over there and show you the other direction. Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Tourism. I'm right in the heart of the city centre of Padova, and this big building here that you can see, this is the Palazzo della Ragione, the ancient courts of law of Padova in the Middle Ages. And this is one of the biggest pensile halls because it's supported on a series of arches in the world. And I'll have to take you inside to see it. So as I was saying, this was a court where there's that balcony. There used to be a bridge that went over to the building that was standing here. This building is still called Palazzo delle Debite, meaning Palace of Debt, of the people with debts. Because this was a prison for people who made debts. Then it was demolished in the 1800s and they built this sort of neo-Romanesque building. This, the Palazzo della Ragione, was built in 1219 in original form, which was just the central part. Then these lodges were added, this lodge and the smaller lodge that you can see down there. But we'll go and look at it from Piazza della Frutta, which is round the corner, and that's Piazza delle Erbe over there. But this is my favourite monument in Padova, and we'll see it in detail in many installments, as I usually do. Pity a Vespa isn't passing. Nice Vespa passed before. Some cyclists. Cheerio, and see you shortly. Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Tourism again. Right, we've moved into Piazza della Frutta, and this is the side of the Palazzo della Ragione. Here you can see how the original building of the 1200s is the internal part. Then there's a lodge which was added in the 1300s and a lower one in the 1500s. The roof is in the shape of the keel. Originally it was just a normal gabled roof, and then in the 1300s they made this kind of roof which is like the hull of a ship, which is cladded in lead. That is the Torre Bianca, the white tower, the tower of the town hall, which is slightly leaning. Now it's covered, it's cladded because they're doing restoration work. It's the first time, I've not been here for ages. Palazzo della Ragione is a very interesting place. Underneath there's a covered market, and you can buy fantastic salami, food, cheeses under here, fish. It's a great place. Above, it's one big empty hall with the courts of law, and there, as in the previous video I told you, there was a bridge that went to the prison over there. And when we go inside, I'll tell you something else. Inside, I can tell you now, there's a stone with the condemned people for debts, the insolvent people, they were accused of being insolvent. In their underwear, they had to rub their bottoms on a stone, which is very shiny, so there must have been a lot of insolvent people in Padova. And this expression is rimanere in braghe di tela, meaning to remain in your cloth trousers, meaning in your underwear. So every day there's market here, and traditionally the prices in the opposite square, Piazza delle Erbe, are a bit cheaper than here in Piazza della Frutta. When I was a kid, I lived in the city centre, and my mother, we always went to the market on the other square because it was cheaper. That was a long time ago. So from Palazzo della Ragione, and one last thing, this place was frescoed by Giotto, and then Giotto's in the 1300s, Giotto's paintings were lost in a fire. And another curiosity is that this building is a big sun clock, a sundial. It's actually a big sundial, but it's on the other side, the other wall. We'll talk about that when we see the other side. And in the 1700s, a storm blew away half of the roof, and they found bits of wood and bits of lead nearly in the hills towards the monastery of Praglia, which we visited on a previous occasion. Cheerio, and see you next time. I'll just turn it round. Cheerio.